Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a wide screen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. If Bitcoin dipped, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. At Vacation Genie, we believe digital currencies are meant to do more than just sit in your wallet. They're meant to take you places. We want to help you step into the future of cryptocurrency spending, as travel is one of the top categories for spending your crypto. It provides you with the best ROI, lasting memories. Make sure to check out Vacation Genie today. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Wednesday. We have a lot going on today, and we're going to get through these headlines quick because I got to jet out of here. And so I'm very excited today. I'm going to try to maybe go to the beach. I'm going to see how the weather looks after this, because depending on how the weather outlook looks after this, that's going to depend if I go. Because it might be a little cloudy today, but I feel like that's fun because it's so nice out right now. So, guys, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. As you can see, my comment bot Majiggy is not working today, so just like be patient with me on these comments because I can't see everybody. All right. Welcome to everyone that's popping in. Sorry, I'm a little all over the place today. Guys, if you're ready for the Zest News, the education, smash the like, subscribe, share it out with friends. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal of 21,820. I cannot believe how far we've come. Just absolutely insane that we're almost at 22,000 subscribers. That just blows my mind. But we have a lot lined up for you guys today. We got market updates, especially with Iran and everything going on with Iran, Israel. There's actually an Iranian exchange that was hacked. We'll dive into that. We have BBVA, which is a lender in Spain that's telling people to allocate their portfolios to Bitcoin. We'll dive into how much they are advising their clients to do. Also, we have the Tron IPO, a lot of things going on with Justin Sun. I want to get your opinion on one of these headlines, especially with Tron. Then we have JP Morgan trying to jump on in with a crypto trademark. We'll dive into that, as well as the SEC. We have a few SEC headlines today. Coinbase even intertwining with the SEC yet again. Kraken, some news with them as well. So we have a few exchange headlines here. And then, of course, we have the Genius Act that passed through the Senate yesterday. That's going to be our spotlight. So we have a lot to talk about, like I said, so we're going to dive into the show. We're not wasting time today. Check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show: Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off, and then head over to Vacation Genie. I think my OBS is not working right today. I did not have time to restart my computer, so that might be what I need to do after this. But I do apologize if the alert box doesn't work today. I'm not sure what the deal is with my computer. But Johnny December is a member for 13 months. It says, happy FOMC day. I think Jerome goes on at 1:30 today, if I'm not mistaken. 1:30, Jerome Powell. So we'll see what happens with him. It's the same shenanigans every time. Who do we have in the chat? I'm going to say good morning to everyone. We got Brian Silver Days. Good morning. Mike Volmer, Crypto Focus, Blocky, Mark Smithson, Alexandra G, Mike G, John O. White. As always, thank you to Black Hat. We got Nash. Good morning. Mama Shadow. Jim from Belgium. Nice to see you. All right. Nice to see everyone. Good evening, Brinko, Aquarian, Squeaks. We have Tyler Fitzpatrick, Rob C. Gary is on multiple platforms as usual. Steven, good morning. We have JC, Cool Cat Cosmos, good morning. Nice to see everyone. Pavement Profits, good morning. Lux Shampoo, Grog said Grog and Dehizzle. That's actually hilarious. You're so funny, dude. Who else is here? Fat Oracle, Lux, Smoky Dan says hello. That's funny. I imagine like a British accent. Hello. Hello, hello. What's going on here? That's how I read that comment in my head. T-Bone, good morning. Jess Marshall, Backup, good morning. Thank you very much. Lasers, good morning. Hello, everyone. We're getting after it today. We are. Hello, Ricky. Dr. Sam, doing good. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Like I said, I think we're having like mass outages on the internet, so I apologize if things aren't working correctly today. Let's keep going. All right. Market recap. We got some red in here today. Not surprising. The market's been a little bit shaky. I guess it was a false move Monday. And then yesterday we had a little bit of a tip down below our golden zone of 106.1. And it seems like we're trending towards our bearish level, which is 101.2, 101.3-ish. We're at $104,213 at the moment, down 0.36%. We are looking at the market ciphers, bearish momentum, bearish VWAP, especially after that red dot was printed here. And then the money flow is tipping down, but it is still green. It looks pretty good still. And then we have the RSI, which is bearish at the moment. We're going to hope that this does rebound. Hoping for the best. When I become a multimillionaire, will I still do this show? God willing, yes. I will be doing the show. I'm going to do the show until I physically cannot anymore. And hopefully one day I'm able to travel the world and help people, but I'll still be able to do the show because the internet is the internet. But I do want to do the show forever. I love this show. This show, it's like, it doesn't matter what's going on in my life. Like, I show up to this show and I'm just happy to be here. So I like it. It brings me a lot of happiness, and I hope it brings you guys some happiness, just like a smidge as well, just like a smidge of happiness. We're going to dive into the breaking news headline. We got a lot of dips going on because apparently Donnie T says Iran's leader is an easy target. Let's do this. Breaking news headlines start now. Guys, we have Donnie T. I'm currently catching up on his Truth Social. He is he's active. He tweets a lot on there. And so he's talking about his poll numbers right now. There was one post yesterday that he was saying, and this is 21 hours ago at this point in time, obviously, saying, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He's an easy target, but is safe there. We're not going to take him out. KILL in parentheses, at least not for now. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And then he tweets right after that on Truth Social, unconditional surrender. So he wants Iran to step down right now. And again, says that the leader is an easy target, basically telling him if you mess around, you're going to find out. We then saw an Iranian crypto exchange get hacked. This is the latest on that. This exchange was called Nobitex, hacked for nearly $82 million. They suspect it was an Israeli group behind it. In an X post, the activist group said, after Bank SEPA, it was Nobex's turn, referencing their Tuesday cyber attack on Iran's state-owned lender. They warned that Nobitex's internal data and source code would be released within a day, and assets left on the exchange would be at risk. ZachXBT flagged suspicious outflows totaling $81.7 million in Tron, Bitcoin, Doge, and other tokens in his Telegram channel on Wednesday. The stolen funds were traced to a wallet using a provocative vanity address. And the estimates of funds stolen was later updated to over $82 million, with funds being stolen across Bitcoin, Doge, and EVM chains from addresses, including these listed here. And so the group called Novatex, the exchange, a core part of the regime's terror financing network, accusing it of helping Iran evade international sanctions by enabling crypto-based payments. Again, I guess it depends on the KYC and everything going on there. Of course, there's bad actors in every space, but I do find it very interesting that they say this is an Israeli group that's hacking an Iranian lender and a crypto exchange. It seems like the cyber wars are starting as well. I think a lot of the wars are not just going to be fought with hand and fist and sword and pew-pews. It's going to be a lot of missiles, as we're seeing, and also a lot of cyber attack, because everyone in the world, it seems, is very reliant on the internet and the ability to communicate and transact through the internet. So just keep in mind that we might see some more cyber attacks, and the United States is now butting in to this battle, and if we continue to do so, we might face some cyber attacks here as well. So please be careful, especially if you have your crypto on an exchange. You know what I say, always take your crypto off of the exchange, put it in your wallet. Please take self-custody and stay safe, because people that are getting involved in this battle, for lack of better words, they're getting targeted with exchanges and even banks. So please be careful. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate your kind words in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. We have Julie. Is Julie here? Hello, Julie. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I really do. We're going to dive into Spain really quick. Spain's BBVA is now advising clients to allocate up to 7% of their portfolio to Bitcoin. Spanish lender BBVA is advising its wealth clients to invest 3 to 7% of their portfolios in crypto, an executive of the bank said on Tuesday. Their head of digital and blockchain solutions, Felipe Mayer, told Digi Assets Conference in London that it started advising its clients on Bitcoin in September of last year. And he said the riskier profile, we allow up to 7% of portfolios in crypto. Kind of goes to what the CEO of BlackRock was saying, that people are going to start allocating a lot of their money into crypto. And even if the whole world and the wealthiest people in the world do 1% allocation, it's going to make a big difference in Bitcoin supply. And this is even why I made a video yesterday. And I was shouting it from the rooftops. I literally yelled at people online yesterday with this video. If you guys want to go watch it, here's the link in the chat. I went off and I was like, listen, Bitcoin, there's only 2.08 million Bitcoin left on centralized exchanges. There's not enough for all these rich people to keep buying. And of course, it's going to be broken down into like the Satoshi standard after that. And we are going to probably see things priced in Satoshis, and people aren't going to be able to buy whole Bitcoins. It's going to be very hard to do so and very expensive. So that's my little 2 cents on that. Also, Tron Inc., which is the public entity, or the entity that is going to go public in the United States, Justin Sun's Tron, apparently gave Justin Sun's father a nice piece of the pie. This is something, I don't know, is it a conflict of interest? Who's Papa's son? I would like to know what's going on here. An SEC filing posted Monday night outlines the relationship between Tron DAO, Justin Sun, and SRM Entertainment, a Nevada company, in the process of changing its name to Tron Inc. The filing details a $100 million in a private investment in a public entity, PIPE, deal paid entirely in Tron tokens that gives Justin Sun's papa, Wike Sun, board control and positions Tron-aligned advisors in key governance roles. He was named chairman, while Zihong Liu, also known as Steve Liu, a strategic advisor to Tron DAO, the CEO of the stablecoin issuer Tecterex, and Zi Yang, a senior executive at TronScan, joined the board's audit, compensation, and nominating committees, according to the filing. Now, this is pretty wild, dude. Like, that is pretty nuts. His father, $100 million deal? What? I don't know. I guess it's not a conflict of interest, being that we see the Donny T family works together on a ton of projects, a ton of companies of their own, but I've never heard of Papa's son. And now Papa's son is playing a pivotal role here in the company. I would like to know more about his background. I would like to know more about Papa's son and his previous business adventures. And maybe that's why Mr. Justin is so outward and confident as he is, and especially with his investments. I would like to know your thoughts on that. Guys, are you bullish on Justin's son? 1 or yes emoji, 2 or no emoji. Justin's become a very controversial figure in the space. Also, we're going to dive into JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon. Crypto's so bad. Bitcoin's the worst. Blockchain, we're bullish. What a wild person. What a wild person. Now, JP Morgan introduced their USD deposit token on Coinbase's Base blockchain, but please note that they've had JPM coin for years. So it's wild that they're like coming in now like this is all brand new to JP Morgan, because it's literally not. And it's frustrating that it's been 5 years that they've been messing around, and still this is what they're doing. Oh, we're so pro crypto right now. Literally clout chasing the crypto community, but whatever. JP Morgan announced the pilot of a permissioned, meaning not open, not censorship resistant. This is controlled. This is a controlled environment. A USD deposit token called JPMD on Base. Again, this is the layer 2 of by Coinbase. Earlier this week, the bank filed a trademark application for a crypto platform named JPMD, designed to offer services such as trading, exchange, transfer, and payment services for digital assets, as well as the issuance of digital assets. Now, it's going to be an alternative to stablecoins for the bank's clients. Now, again, this is all about the fact that they cannot necessarily control USDC. They can't necessarily control Tether. They definitely cannot control Bitcoin and decentralized cryptocurrency. So this is their way of boxing you in. And if they don't like you, they don't like what you're doing, and if you're transferring too much money out of your bank account, they could just probably eliminate it. There's no way that I'm going to enjoy this. Absolutely not. And we're going to see a lot of banks do the same thing, where it's not going to be the regular dollars that are in your magical internet bank account. No, it's going to be their own token that they could fully control in their own ecosystem. And there's probably nothing you can do about it if they censor you, because people like JP Morgan are running the country essentially with their backing of certain politicians. Now, this probably helped them get in the door. People like Liz Warren loving Jamie Dimon. They're like little besties over there. Now, JP Morgan and the SEC are going to meet to discuss capital markets moving on chain. Now, we know inevitably that stocks are going to be tokenized. Everything's going to be tokenized. Like, it's not going to be how it is right now in the next 5 years. The SEC, JP Morgan, is this the combo we want to see? Executives with America's biggest bank met with the SEC's task force, the crypto task force, to discuss digital asset regulation and potential ramifications of capital markets moving on chain. Now, Chase executives discussed with the SEC the potential impact of existing capital markets migrating to public blockchain, including areas of existing model might change and how firms could assess the risks and benefits of those changes. The two groups also discussed their existing business footprint in the space, including their current digital platform that handles repurchase agreements, a type of short-term borrowing in financial markets that falls under its digital financing and digital service offerings. Now, they also assess where it could carve out a competitive angle to stay ahead of the race. And this is what it's all about, because the banks are scared that they're going to lose money to DeFi, and inevitably they will, because people want to exit the system and have control over their money. What they want, JP Morgan, is to have everything to themselves. They have their own blockchain already. Why do you think they're meeting with the SEC now? To save their behinds. They're like, oh, you know what? Public blockchain is so inevitable. We have to try to step in and take all the money, as much of the market share as we could. That's the plan. They don't care about the markets. They care about their own pockets, period. Just Embarrassing. And I really hope that the crypto task force from the SEC said and humbled these executives and said, no, public blockchain is where we're going. As a country, we need to stand strong with public blockchains, permissionless blockchains, censorship resistant communication. What is money? It's value and information. And that value, that information should be accessible to everybody in America or not. We know that there's going to be centralized entities that play a part in this game. We know there's going to be that part. But it's whether we give the liquidity to it, the power to it. Just letting you know. Hello, everyone. Please smash the likes, subscribe, and share. John White said, with all your knowledge of crypto, why don't you write your knowledge down and put it in a book? I've actually really thought about that. I need a publisher and probably a team to help me put together a book, but I would definitely love to do that. Would you get a book? If I wrote a book for crypto, would you buy it? One or yes emoji, two or no emoji. Let me know. Would you buy my book? I would like to know. An audiobook, it could be physical, it could be audio, maybe both, physical, digital, voice book. Would you buy it? Would you buy it? Let me know. More SEC news. The SEC opened the Franklin Templeton XRP and Sol ETF proposals for public comment. This is a pretty normal in the whole ETF race. But in separate filings on Tuesday, they said it was instituting proceedings that could allow the U.S. exchange to list and trade shares of Franklin XRP ETF and Franklin Solana ETF. Cboe BZX Exchange filed for a proposed rule change with the SEC to allow for approval of the investment vehicle, which the regulator delayed in April, pushing its deadline for a decision until Tuesday. And so this is ridiculous, but we'll see what happens. I think do you think the XRP ETF is going to get approved? Let me know. Oh, you guys said you're going to buy my book? Oh, that's so cute. Yay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Watch out for XRP and Solana ETFs. Watch out for that. Now, also, JP Morgan met with the SEC. Coinbase also met with the SEC for tokenized equities and what will go down with that. Cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase is reportedly looking for the green light to offer tokenized stock trading to users. Exactly what I said relating to JP Morgan. What they want is control over the market. Now, I wonder because now think about this. JP Morgan's whatever, their USD stablecoin or tokenized deposit token is going to be on Base, which is Coinbase's layer 2. Doesn't it seem interesting that they're talking about tokenization, working with Coinbase, and then Coinbase is meeting with the SEC to talk about tokenization and having stocks be tokenized? Isn't that interesting? A little almost suspect. A little suspect. Now, Coinbase was saying that they were seeking SEC approval to offer tokenized equities, potentially competing with other platforms like Robinhood. And it was reportedly stated that the plan was a huge priority for Coinbase. Watch out, fam. Watch out. Might be a JP Morgan Coinbase collab. Just letting you know. And then we have Kraken as well. They have their Ink Foundation that is going to airdrop an Ink token, starting with OV, like an OV-powered liquidity pool. So Kraken is also making a lot of moves. So I would watch out for Kraken. The Ink Foundation, the nonprofit behind the Layer 2 Ink, again, this is Kraken's Layer 2. They're launching its native token in an attempt to bootstrap on-chain capital markets through a liquidity-first strategy. The token is going to debut on a DeFi lending and trading protocol built on OV, and the distribution will begin via airdrop to early users. There will be no government's gimmicks or fluctuating emission schedules, and the foundation says that Inc. has a hard cap of 1 billion tokens minted with no recourse to change the supply via governance protocols. Unlike other superchain members, Inc. says its layer 2 governance will remain separate from the token, which is pretty interesting as well. And the first utility, they said, is a liquidity protocol native to the Inc. chain, designed as a core DeFi primitive for lending and capital development. Makes me think of World Liberty Financial too, with the Donny T family. That's exactly what they want to do, but they're working with a ton of other blockchains to do so. And especially crypto.com is very much intertwined with the Donny T businesses as well. We're going to talk about our spotlight for today. Please smash the likes, pretty please. We're going to talk about the Genius Act, what happened there, the voting, and all of that good stuff, and where Tether stands with this as well, because the Genius Act is a stablecoin bill. Let's do it. Well, here we go, friends. The Senate passed the Genius Act. We're going to talk about the next step, where this goes, what it means. It's not over yet. It's not law. It just passed one party. It's off to another. So ultimately, the banks win this. Circle wins this. And Tether, I worry about Tether. I wonder what's going to happen to Tether. But I think Tether's too big to stop. The overwhelming bipartisan passage of the Senate stablecoin bill with the 68-30 final vote saw a huge surge of Dems joining their Republican counterparts on Tuesday, setting a new high water mark of the crypto policy efforts in the U.S. as legislation now heads to the House of Representatives. Now, the Dems backing for the Genius Act helps give it momentum as it lands in the other chamber, where House lawmakers can either vote on it as written or pursue changes that will require a final round in the Senate before it heads to Donny T's desk. And the bill is going to set up guardrails around the approval and supervision of issuers of stablecoins in the U.S. And so that's Ripple, Circle, Tether. Firms making these digital assets available to U.S. users will have to meet stringent reserve demands, transparency requirements, money laundering compliance, and regulatory supervision that also likely to include new capital rules. People say this is a big win for crypto in the U.S. I'm not sure if it's exactly a win for crypto, but I guess it's a win for stablecoin issuers. And so people are saying that with this bill, the U.S. is one step closer to becoming the global leader in crypto. As you can see, it literally did not impact Bitcoin price at all. And I don't know if it should have anyway. In regards to Tether, what happens to Tether? Well, in its current form, the legislation leaves a path for foreign stablecoin issuers in the U.S., but it's complicated. And if companies like Tether want to offer their tokens to U.S. users, they have to be regulated by a foreign regime that's approved as having similar standards as the U.S. And it also depends on the final language. They would likely need to register with and be overseen by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, a federal banking regulator, plus maintain reserves in a U.S. financial institution sufficient to meet liquidity demands of the U.S. and in a collapse, which also worries me because these banks are not safe. And if they lose their money that they put in a bank account, let's say, then how much are they really covered for if the bank collapses? And so I feel like it's just very hard to box in stablecoins like that and say, oh, park your money here, park your money there. But what happens if the institution doesn't exist anymore? What happens to the money? What happens to the token? Obviously, there's no reserve. So does the token then collapse? That is very, very scary. And also, Tether holds so many treasuries and so many U.S. assets. Come on. I think this is a little too general, and I don't think it's necessarily the most thought through. But maybe I'm just naive, and I'm just a woman on the internet, so it's all good. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. All the love to all of you guys. Stablecoins are a good hedge against market bloodbaths. Listen, I think stablecoins are really good for the sake of hyperdollarization. Hyperdollarization is great. People need access to the dollar in other countries where we have triple-digit inflation, and then they also hold Bitcoin. So I think it's something that's good for the US to have stable coins propagated, but also we need to do it the right way. And it scares me with having to rely on all these institutions when the whole purpose of crypto is to avoid things like that so we don't get caught up in the madness. Papa Tom says, happy Chirpow Day. Yes, Jerome Powell going live. Please pop over to Papa Tom's channel later on when Jerome is speaking, and he'll catch you up on everything going on. Papa Tom is so famous now, it's like actually ridiculous. So follow Papa Tom. Hold on, my bot isn't working, so let me just put it directly in YouTube. But yeah, all the luck to every single one of you guys. I'm on the editor page of Rumble. Shout out to Rumble. Rumble promotes us so much. We love being promoted by Rumble. Rumble, so freaking funny. When I was at Bitcoin conference and I was like in the room, like after JD Vance spoke, they were playing an ad on the screen for Rumble, and I was in the ad for Rumble, and I had literally no idea. I just turned my head, I'm like, oh, like I see myself up there. That's pretty wild. So Rumble like put me in their commercial, and I just thought that was very entertaining. So thank you. I guess I'm honored. Oh, John White is so amazing. Like, he's literally hyping me up today. I really appreciate your positivity, guys. Like, your positivity just, like, brings my soul, like, up to another level. And I really appreciate it. Like, my heart, full. Also, we have a members-only after show. It's going to be quite quick today. Oh, I never clicked go on the event. LOL. Okay, so there we go. Midweek Zest is the name of the event. We're going to set it up for literally right now. Okay, well, we're going to do 10:18. There we go. Okay, so tune in. We're going to head over there in just a moment. I'm going to take a quick look at the charts, and then that's pretty much it. We're going to be doing actually, we'll just do gainers and losers. But please smash the likes. Let's get 100 likes before we head out of here. All right. Gainers, Arrow up 13. Oh, just dropped below 13%. 12.36%. Kaya down, up 2.3. Gates up 1.5. Zcash up 1.2. Nexo up 1%. Oh, the losers are scary. Oh boy. We have Story leading the losers at 17% in the red. Virtual down 8. Mantle down 7. Injective down 6. Sky down 6.25. Bullish bearish case scenario, my friends. Please be careful. Please be careful. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Infinite's here. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Your positivity makes my day. Makes me think about being a better person. Oh. Lasers. Friggin' lasers. I can't with you. Guys, please smash the likes. You know, I really do try my best to be like a good person and whatever. I feel like sometimes people mistake my kindness for weakness, though. I will say that. And I try to handle that as best as I can. Because you know what? Like, I can't tolerate madness. I really can't tolerate the madness. I'll tell you. Also, guys, my plan for today is to hop out of here, go into Discord, and then after Discord, I'm going to try to head to the beach. It looks really nice right now. So I think the Weather Channel lied to me because it looks really nice. And I need to, I need to go out and maybe see if there are people at the beach. I really want to see if there's people, because if there's people, content is made. And if it's empty, my heart is going to break. So we'll see what happens. But what we're going to do is head into Discord right now. We're going to do our members only after show. So thank you guys very much for being here. Thank you for being such sweeties. You guys make my day every day. So have a beautiful day. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share it out with friends. Have a splendid Wednesday. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. And in Discord right now you're joining Discord. Stay zesty. Peace.